My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight.
You're on your way to your second stroke, you unseasoned sow. Everyone deserves to eat.
Hey, Crenshaw Community Hospital. Is this your employee? I mean, I know she's a registered nurse, but does she get to, be so facetious? I mean, aren't nurses and doctors meant to help people, to show compassion and empathy? Yes. So why is she on social media? Being completely disingenuous and lacking empathy for those who, whatever. She is a reflection of your hospital. Whatever.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss our weekly commentaries on stories shaking up America. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever been or have you ever seen karma move this fast? Because what just happened in Alabama might be one of the most poetic examples of what goes around comes around. We've seen all year, right? Now, let's talk about Tina Coleman, a nurse of Crenshaw Community Hospital in Alabama who decided it was a good idea to jump online and mock people receiving food stamps, laughing about them losing the benefits and implying they somehow deserved it. But here's the twist. A few days later, she's the one losing something. Her job.
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way to my second job tonight, because it is my responsibility to make sure that he eats, not the U.S. taxpayers. I am responsible for keeping him fed and clothed.
I'd like to know where you as a nurse get to judge people on Snap. I mean, do you not understand your patients? You're supposed to have compassion. And no, people are not using Snap as some type of luxury, some kind of way not to work, some kind of way to just, do whatever. And like you are making fun of, there are people out there who work 2 jobs and still need Snap. At one point in my life, I was working 40 plus hours a week and still needed Snap. And you know what? It was what it was. I was not out there partying and living luxury. I was working a lot. And because the wage sucked, I was out there using Snap to help me pay for my groceries. And I don't get the fact that you are out there making fun of people on Snap. It is something essential for some people. You're supposed to know that. You're supposed to be there to help your patients, not make fun of them. I don't know what's wrong with you and other people in the healthcare field that feel that they can just feel passion for some people and not others. Maybe you need to reconsider what your job is, because you're not it. You're in the wrong field.
It's wild to me seeing men rejoicing that some women will be losing their SNAP benefits. But what really is insane is when you have a nurse like this one right here who is proudly making it known that she is okay with watching children starve. Because everyone that's on assistant programs aren't people that's just leeching off of the system. There are a lot of people who have no other option, and that was their option. But yes, she was okay with it, and she has been found out who she is because she wasn't smart enough to cover up the fact that she was a nurse. Because, she just, ain't nobody go dox me, but yeah, honey, not in today's time. It's only one orange person that we've all seen get away with some stuff. But every dog has their day. But that's a different story for a different time. But this lady right here, just like old girl, I hope you have your day.
My baby has not eaten in 2 hours. That is why I'm on my way.
Now I'm gonna say this and get out y'all's way. The fact that I'm not even surprised anymore when white nurses jump on this app and show their lack of common sense, lack of integrity as it relates to their profession, and when their racism overtakes anything else. Keep in mind, that bitch takes care of people for a living. When your call like, come on, that bitch gotta go answer it. She gotta look at charts, orders, everything else. And for how many of an hour she on shift, she gotta take care of some damn body. This is why bitches like that, when they do shit like that, you go get the license. You go get the license. It's not good enough for her to be fired. It's not good enough for her to be shamed, because bitches like that ain't got no shame. That's why they get on the internet and do this. You got to take the license. You don't get to practice evidence-based practice, evidence-based theory, taking care of people, and you feel like this about them. To answer your question, I've taken care of people who called me nigga to my face and had to do that for 12 hours and had to put my shield on and go. You can't wipe your ass. You can't turn over, but you can tell me how deficient I am. This is why whiteness is madness. So the fact that, and then she had the video that Robbie Harvey found because somebody else found it before she made her page private, of her little dog on the pillow saying black and jobless. Like I said, this is why when these broads pop up on the internet doing this bullshit, you find out who they are, find out where they work, and you call the board because this shit is tiresome. Because again, she take care of people. She take care of it. Her job is to advocate and to take care of people. And I'm a big proponent of, you cannot do any type of healing profession, whether it be medicine, law to a certain extent, or nursing, or education. You can't do any profession that is powered by advocacy and compassion and do it well and hate people. You can't. You can't. You can't. So I hope that her whole entire life goes into shambles. And because again, as my mom and daddy would say, if you was doing right, you wouldn't have to hide. Now that they found out where the bitch worked, now I'm sure somebody called the board by now. I'm sure right now she in her car with her dog, both of y'all jobless, right? Like I said, broads like that, you take the license. You take the license because times are too insane for you not to know who is taking care of people who look like you or people you love who look like you. Don't come out this way about my tone saying I'm doing too much. No, people are trying to hold on, take care of people, and fucking eat. And y'all bitches have a problem again, as I said before, because I can't let this shit go. Y'all see eating as a privilege and hunger as punishment, and you need to see people who don't look like you as a white person. You need to see them punished because you have mismanaged your privilege. Because you have been told that it's always going to be a subservient group of people for you to look down on. But the subservient group of people are doing better than you. And you can't stand that. So the way you get them back is that you starve them. But y'all want to name Christ as Lord when some of those dynamic miracles the Lord ever did was around food and helping people. If I didn't know God for myself, I would not want him here.
So here's what went down. Tina Coleman, a licensed nurse, went on social media because where else do bad ideas love to live? And started making jokes about low-income people who rely on food stamps to get by. She laughed about how people were finally losing their food assistance and suggested that maybe they should get a job or learn responsibility. Now, you think someone in the healthcare profession, someone who's supposed to show empathy and compassion, would know better than to publicly shame the most vulnerable members of society. But nope, she pressed a record and went on a ladle rant. Well, that rant cost her dearly. Crenshaw Community Hospital released a statement shortly after her comments went viral, saying that Tina Coleman's view do not reflect the hospital's values and that they have terminated her employment effective immediately. The hospital statement was short, professional, and very clear. They don't tolerate that kind of behavior. And just like that, Tina went from mocking people losing their food stamps to being a nurse losing her paycheck. Irony don't go or don't get more poetic than this. Now, let's take a step back. This isn't just about one nurse with poor judgment. It's about a growing problem in our online culture. Some people have become so comfortable demeaning others publicly. They forget that the internet never forgets. Tina's story is a reminder that when you represent a company or a hospital, your words don't exist in a vacuum. They carry weight, especially when those words come from someone in a field that's supposed to serve everyone, rich, poor, insured, or not. And let's talk about the deeper layer here, food stamps, or the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. Exists because millions of Americans simply can't make ends meet. These are people who work two jobs, take care of kids, or live in rural communities where opportunities are scarce. Mocking them isn't just insensitive, it's a reflection of how detached some people have become from the struggle of everyday Americans. Tina may have thought she was being funny or edgy, but she was punching down on people who already face daily judgment and hardship. What makes this story stink even more is that Tina was a nurse, for God's sake. Someone trained to help people through some of the hardest moments in their lives. When a nurse mocks struggling families, it chips away at public trust in the healthcare system. It tells people you are only worthy of care if you meet my personal standards. But thankfully, her employee or employer saw the bigger picture. Crenshaw Community Hospital acted quickly, not just to protect their image, but to make a statement. Compassion isn't optional when you wear their uniform, right? It's also a wake up call to everyone who thinks they can separate their personal online persona from their personal life. You can't. Social media has made accountability instant. Thank God. When you go viral for the wrong reasons, your employer will find out and they'll decide whether you represent their values. So now, the woman who mocked others for losing their benefits has lost her own livelihood. Some might call it karma, others might call it justice, but either way, it's a hard lesson in humanity. The internet gave her a megaphone, and now it's echoing her downfall. But here is where I want, to hear from you. Do you think Crenshaw Community Hospital did the right thing by firing her, or should they have given her another chance? Should people lose their jobs over things they say online, even if those comments are made off the clock? And finally, what does this story say about the kind of empathy we expect from people in public service professions? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. And if you found this video informative, make sure to like, share, and please subscribe for more deep dives into stories that show the real face of America in 2025. Thanks for watching, and remember, empathy costs nothing, but cruelty can cost you everything. Until next time, credit belongs to original creators.